Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this Tuesday. I hope you are having a wonderful day. The sun is shining outside, so I hope you are able to go out and enjoy it. Now, this week, our theme is God Made Me, and we're talking about God's creation, but specifically about how He made you different than anybody else on the planet. He made you unique. There is no one on this earth exactly like you, and that's incredible. Now, our memory verse is Psalms 119:73, and it goes like this. With your hands you made me and helped me become what I am. Psalms 119:73. Let's do it one more time. With your hands you made me and helped me become what I am. Psalms 119:73. Excellent job. Now, today we are going to talk about the act of creating. Have you ever created something from nothing? Me neither. I have never taken air and made it something new. Just haven't. I don't have that power, but God does. And so we are going to read a little bit of the creation story that specifically deals with Him creating us, creating man and woman. And then we're going to talk about it a little bit. You ready? Oh. Now, this is after He made all of the animals, the sun, moon, and sky, the seas, all of that. This is just the end of the creation story. God saw all that He had made, and He loved them. And they were lovely because He loved them. But God saved the best for last. From the beginning, God had a shining dream in His heart. He would make people to share His forever happiness. They would be His children, and the world would be their perfect home. So God breathed life into Adam and Eve. When they opened their eyes, the first thing they ever saw was God's face. And when God saw them, He was like a new dad. "You look like me," He said. "You're the most beautiful thing I've ever made." God loved them with all of His heart, and they were lovely because He loved them. And Adam and Eve joined in the song of the stars and the streams and the wind and the trees, the wonderful song of love to the one who made them. Their hearts were filled with happiness, and nothing ever made them sad or lonely or sick or afraid. God looked at everything He had made. "Perfect," He said, and it was. But all the stars and the mountains and oceans and galaxies and everything were nothing compared to how much God loved His children. He would move heaven and earth to be near them. Always. Whatever happened, whatever it cost Him, He would always love them. Okay, 2 thoughts from that little piece of that story. 1, it said God breathed life into Adam and Eve. Can you breathe life into something? Can I breathe life into this cup of air in my hands right now? No. If I were to breathe into this nothing, it would still be nothing, because I'm not God. I don't have that power. I don't have the power to snap my fingers or take a breath and create something completely new. Second thing, it says that when He made Adam and Eve, His face was just like that of a new dad. Now, I don't know if any of you have seen pictures of your dads holding you when you were teeny tiny, but the faces are very similar. It is pride. It is beaming love coming out of every pore in the body. I have pictures of Mr. Cameron holding Evelyn, and his face is just, well, 1, it's tired because you don't get a lot of sleep with a newborn baby, but 2, it is overflowing with pride and love and happiness. That's what new parents feel like. That's what parents feel like in general when it comes to their children, and that is how God feels about us. Now, on to our little mini object lesson. I want you to go outside today and find an object. I picked a rock. It was going to be a speck of dirt because in other versions of the Bible it says God created Adam out of dust, but that would be really, really tiny and hard to see. So I picked a rock. Normal rock from outside. Now, what I'm going to do is think really, really, really hard and try to turn this rock into something else. Okay? You think I can do it? Let's see. You ready? Is it changing? Still looks like a rock. Maybe if I cover it up. Let's see. Still a rock. Now, if I wanted to make this rock into like the shape of something else with tools, I could. But I don't have the power to turn this rock into anything but a rock. But you know who does? God. God took a speck of dust and created man. And then he took a rib from that man and created a whole nother person, a woman. He created all of us from nothing. And he did that knowing that each and every one of us would be unique and individual and have different needs and wants and desires and goals in life. And he made us different because life would not be exciting without the differences that we have. They are what bring us closer together, believe it or not, they are. If we were all the same person, it would get really boring. Differences are exciting if we appreciate them, if we don't hide from them, if we don't argue because of them. So, today, do what I just did. Take an object, any object, and think really hard about turning it into something else, and see what happens. If you have the power to do that, 1, you are incredible, and 2, you and God must be like way closer than I am, because that's amazing. But I have a feeling you won't be able to, and that's okay. Once you can't, hold on to that object and take a walk outside. Look at all of the different things that God created for us to live in harmony with. And then take a look at each of your family members and how you may have some similarities. Maybe you have the same eye color, maybe the same hair color. In my family, we all have the same shaped feet, which I know sounds weird, but it's very true. And Evelyn has my feet too. So you have similarities that make you feel like family, give you ownership to each other, but you also each have differences that make you exactly the person you were supposed to be. Identify those too. What makes you, you? I love you guys. Keep focusing on the fact that you were not just a random thing. You are created, chosen, loved, treasured. Our memory verse is very important with our theme. And so I'm going to say it again and then I'll sign off. With your hands you made me and helped me become what I am. Psalms 119:73. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow.